this video, I'm going to show you how I make a HDR image or high dynamic range image using not 3 but 4 bracketed exposures. Now I will say that these days I hardly ever use HDR to blend exposures. I much prefer to blend my exposures manually, which gives me a lot more control, and I cover this extensively in my new course, Exposure Blending Simplified, which is on sale right now. I'll put a link to it down in the description. So even though I don't really use HDR anymore, I just figured I would make this a very small part of the course just to stop the whingers from complaining that I didn't mention HDR. Now you could do this in Photoshop, but I really don't enjoy using the Photoshop HDR tool. It's not very good. If I have to do HDR, I will do it in Luminar Neo, which has a really good HDR tool. Let me show you. All right, so we're in Luminar Neo right now, and you can see there's 4 exposures here. So because I was shooting directly into the sun, I figured this would need 3 exposures to capture all the dynamic range. This one is for all of the bright highlights that you can see in the sky, so it's very underexposed. This one is supposedly the correct exposure, and this one is an overexposed frame. You'll notice this 4th frame looks a bit odd. If I double click on that, you can see that's my hand there. What I'm doing is I'm blocking out the sun because I want at least 1 extra frame that doesn't have lens flare all over this area here. So I took that extra frame. So the plan is I'm going to use HDR to blend these 3 frames, and then I'll drop this one on top afterwards as an added layer and just mask out my hand, and then we'll see if I can repair the lens flare that's obviously going to come from shooting directly into the sun with an exposure like this. Now this wouldn't be a Fototripper video if I didn't at least do a little bit of whinging about the software that I'm using. So if you're watching this, Skylum, people that make Luminar Neo, can you just give me a little bit more quality on these previews here? If I switch this to large or largest, they don't look that great. They're kind of fuzzy. So, you know, just a little request there. Just make those look a little bit better. That'd be great. Right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this one, hold down Shift and click on that one there. Now all 3 of those are selected. I'm going to drag them and drop them into this HDR merge tool. And then I'm going to click merge. Now because these are actually massive 100 megapixel raw files, this might take a little bit of time, but if you've got a much smaller resolution camera, this will probably happen pretty quickly. You can see it chugging away there. It's thinking about it. Do I need to go and make a cup of coffee? I shouldn't do. I shouldn't have to. Oh, there we go. Right, it's done. So now it's made a HDR file. Let's double click on that and take a look at that. And straight off the bat, it looks very HDR-y, right? Now, if you're gonna use HDR, my thought is that you should at least try to make it look realistic. Don't just accept what it spits out by default. So I'm gonna click on Edit, and we'll just tweak this a little bit, see if we can make it look a little bit more natural. We'll go into the Develop module, and the first thing I'm gonna do is just pull up the exposure to about there. Then I'm going to pull up the shadows a little bit. Now, what a lot of people do with their HDR images is they'll push their shadows way up to like there, and then they'll pull their highlights way down to there. But look at that. If you look at that, it looks really unnatural. So my philosophy is try and remember, what did it look like? You know, while you're there at the time, if you were to look directly into that sky there, you wouldn't be able to see all of this detail. It just wouldn't look like that. It would be a bit more like this. You know, there is a point with the human eye where you're looking into the sun, squinting your eyes like that, it does look a little bit blown out. And I think when you try and recover all of that highlight detail, it's just unrealistic. It does not look natural. So I would actually push these highlights. Usually I'm pulling the highlights down. In this case, I'm going to push them up to about there so that it actually looks realistic. So let's now switch that off. That's what we started with. That's where we're at now. I feel like that actually looks not bad at all. But as you can see, because I'm shooting directly into the sun, there's all of this lens flare down here. Now there is a bit of lens flare in the top. I don't really mind it too much there. It's mainly this curving one here that I don't like. and then this one here. So let's fix that with that fourth exposure. And what I can do here, you'll notice that Luminar Neo has layers. So I'm going to click on this, and just here you can see I've preloaded that hand layer. So I'll double click on that, and that's now put that hand layer on top of my HDR. So if I right click on that, hide layer, you're now looking at the HDR version. If I right click on that and do show layer, you're now looking at the hand, but it's set to 50% by default. If I pull that up to 100%, there you go, you can see the hand layer. So I want to mask that hand out, but before I'm going to do that, I actually want to tweak this raw file a little bit. So let's go to the develop module, and I'm just going to pull that exposure up to about there. Now that's probably as far as I would go. These highlights are starting to get blown out here. I'd perhaps pull those down a little bit and then push the shadows up to about there. Maybe I've gone a bit too far with the exposure. I don't really care about this being blown out, but I do care about that. So let's just pull that back down, maybe pull those highlights down so that that lovely little bit of highlight there doesn't get destroyed. And that looks pretty good. I'm also paying attention to these highlights down here. So that actually looks pretty good. Now let's go back to the layer properties at the top. And if I turn down the opacity, you can see the HDR underneath. So let's bring it back up to 100%. And now I'm going to click on masking so that I can mask out my exquisite hand. To do that, I'm going to click on brush, erase, because I want to erase that just beautiful digit there. So I'll start with a small brush, and you can see if I just click and hold it down, I'm going to take out just the hand. But here's what happens when I take out just the hand. You'll notice that it just doesn't look natural. It's not a good blend. I'll show you. So that's how it looks. I'll take a little bit more out there. There's this big sort of dark stripe in the cave roof there. So let's just get a larger brush and take out more. So I'm just going to take out this area here and take out that area there. And I think that will give us a bit more of a natural blend. And look at that. So that has fixed this area here because we've essentially covered it up with this layer. If I switch that off, that's the HDR underneath. If I right click and go show layer, that offending layer underneath where you've got all that lens flare is essentially covered by that masked in hand layer. Now what's cool about this is that raw file is still on top, right? So if I still want to do some, if I go back to my develop module, let's just say I want to change the exposure some more, maybe I want to bring it down so it matches the darkness of that HDR underneath, I can do that. If I want to bring the highlights back up or pull the highlights down or push the shadows back up a little bit more, I can do that because it's a raw file on that top layer. So that is how I would do a quick and simple HDR if I absolutely had to. But like I said, I much prefer to do manual exposure blends, which I cover extensively in my new course, Exposure Blending Simplified. Link in the description. Now with this being a new channel, I need to hear from you guys what you want to learn. So do me a favor and post a comment below. Let me know what kind of tutorials you'd like to see, whether it's post-processing like this or whether it's actually shooting with the camera. Let me know what you need, and if I can do it, I'll put it together.